This is ANN News Brief.
Good afternoon. I'm Lucy Adeyemi. Rwanda's Ministry of Health has confirmed that malaria cases in the country fell by as much as 38% during the 2019-2020 fiscal year. Health workers say a change in the way people relate to efforts to protect themselves from malaria has been paying off. The drop in malaria cases is also attributed to measures put in place to fight the disease. The Rwanda Biomedical Center says measures to fight malaria should not be relaxed just because cases have reduced noticeably. A local health counselor in the nation's capital city, Kigali, says she has seen significant changes because malaria no longer claims as many lives in her sector. Local residents in turn say they understand the importance of using mosquito nets, removing stagnant water where mosquitoes breed, and closing doors and windows at home so that mosquitoes do not enter.
That can be largely attributed to a spraying program in houses to kill mosquitoes.
Funeral parlors in South Africa have embarked on a nationwide strike on Monday. About 3,000 undertakers have joined the strike action in demand for what they call better working conditions and pay. A union called the Unification Task Team, UTT, also staged a protest in Soweto as they gathered outside an academic hospital. UTT Funeral Association said it had instructed its members to call the police in case of emergencies during the three-day strike. They say they are refusing to collect bodies from homes and hospitals and to hold burials. The protest comes as a result of an unanswered letter from the National Funeral Practitioners of South Africa, NAFUPA, to the government for mortuaries outsourcing to be recognized and legalized. Their union is also calling for the government to set up a coronavirus relief fund. The cost of burials and cremations has increased by up to 25% since the beginning of the pandemic, because of the need for personal protective equipment, sanitizer, and other items. Authorities say they are worried that the strike will cause significant risk to public health. We'll be right back.
We are on the road every day, canvassing throughout Africa for news you really need. We follow the story everywhere, from every corner of Nigeria to the wide African expanse. We bring you what's making headlines. We connect you with news you can use. ANN, African News Network, in a truly African spirit.
About half the population of the Central African Republic is reported to be living in a state of acute food insecurity. A recent report published by the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs says more than 2 million persons in the country are affected. Residents have complained of difficult times. The growing security instability in the region no longer enables the population to go to farms for supplies, and food products are said to be non-existent at the market. Humanitarian organizations have stepped in to distribute food to a population frightened by the strong presence of armed groups. Local and international initiatives are organizing training of agricultural monitors on the simplest farming techniques in order to be able to feed the communities. That is ANN News Brief at 1. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website, annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I'm Lucy Adeyemi.